Welcome. Today we look at learning HTML the honest way, and along the way we play with motion, data, and a few living objects. Made for absolute beginners, learning HTML follows an honest curve. At first nothing seems to move, and you wonder if it is sinking in. Then one day it clicks, and you feel a sudden jump. After that comes a long, gentle climb where the real depth lies. Patience is the whole game. So what is HTML? It is not the colors or the motion you see. HTML describes structure. It tells the browser what is a heading, what is a paragraph, what is a list. Think of it as the skeleton of a page. Style and behavior are added on top, later. Here is some real-looking data. Each bar is 1 month, and the height is how many people subscribed. Notice it is not a straight line. Some months dip, some months jump. Growth is noisy, and that is normal. The trend matters more than any single month. Everything begins with tags. A tag is a name wrapped in angle brackets. Most tags come in pairs, an opening one and a closing one, and the content sits between them. Headings, paragraphs, lists, all of it is just tags telling the browser what each piece is. Now something playful. Watch these shapes. They drop, they squash when they land, they settle with a little wobble, and then they breathe. Nothing here is random. Every squash, every stretch, every overshoot is timed by hand, so the motion feels alive instead of mechanical. The web rests on 3 pillars. HTML is the structure, the skeleton. CSS is the look, the colors and layout. JavaScript is the behavior, what happens when you click. Learn them in that order. HTML first, always. The other two make no sense without something to hang on. Back to data. This line is confidence across 8 weeks. Look at the shape. It wobbles early, there is even a small dip in week 3, and then it climbs. That dip is where most beginners quit. Push through week 3, and the curve turns upward and keeps going. A page is just bricks. One heading here, one list there, a paragraph in between. None of them is impressive alone. Stack enough of them, and you have something real. Do not aim for a perfect page on day 1. Aim for one more brick. Let us be honest about time. It takes more than the tutorials claim, and less than you fear. The people who make it are not the ones who study for 8 hours once. They are the ones who show up for 20 honest minutes, every day. Steady beats marathon, every single time. Here is where those hours actually go in the first weeks. Tags are quick. Layout and CSS eat the most time, because they are fiddly and visual. JavaScript sits in the middle. Expect this, budget for it, and you will not be surprised when CSS steals your afternoon. Week 1 feels slow, and your pages will look ugly. Nothing will be centered, the colors will be off, and you will wonder if you are cut out for this. You are. Ugly is a phase, not a verdict. Every developer you admire went through the exact same ugly week. Keep typing. Momentum is a real force. Each small win makes the next one easier, and soon the shapes of your mind start to move on their own, just like these. Keep going past the dip, and one morning you will sit down and realize it just clicked. That moment is closer than it feels. Reframe mistakes. A broken page is not a verdict on you, it is data. Read the error out loud, slowly. It almost always names the exact line and the exact problem. Fix one thing, then the next. Errors are not interruptions to learning. They are the curriculum. Where is all of this heading? To the cloud. A page on your laptop is a draft. The moment you ship it somewhere live, it becomes real, and other people can see it. That first deploy is a small technical step and a huge emotional one. We will get there together. Here is the quiet truth, drawn as a line. Skill rises, and for most of the journey it rises invisibly. You will not feel smarter day to day. But measure week to week, and the line does not lie. You are climbing, even when the climb is too slow to feel. Build tiny things, and ship them before they are ready. A page with one heading and one paragraph, put live, beats a perfect page that never leaves your laptop. Done is the engine that produces better. Aim tiny, aim shipped, then improve. Notice how these objects keep a little secondary motion after they land. That follow-through is what makes movement feel real, in animation and in learning. You do not stop the moment you understand something. You coast a little, you wobble, and that wobble is where it settles into your hands. The leap from tags to pages is shorter than it looks. A few tags become a section. A few sections become a page. A few pages become a site. None of those steps is hard on its own. The whole thing is composition, not complexity. You already have the pieces, one more set of numbers. This is where beginners report getting stuck. Tags are easy. Layout and CSS are the walls, and deployment surprises people. Knowing this in advance is half the battle. When you hit the CSS wall, you will know it is the wall everyone hits, and that there is a ladder on the other side. Let us recap. HTML is structure, the skeleton of every page. The learning curve dips before it climbs, and that dip is normal. Steady daily practice beats heroic marathons. And shipping tiny things, often, is how skill actually compounds. If you are in the dip right now, you are exactly on track. Once HTML feels steady, what comes next? CSS, to control the look. Then layout, with tools called Flex and Grid. Then a small sprinkle of JavaScript, for behavior. Add one layer at a time. Do not stack all three at once, or you will drown in details that are actually simple in isolation. If you forget everything else, keep this. One line a day. Open the editor, write one line of HTML, and close it. That is the whole secret. Consistency is the superpower that no tutorial can sell you, because only you can switch it on. See you in the next lesson. If this helped, subscribe so the next lesson lands in your feed. Hit like if you want more of these animated explainers. And if you are stuck in the dip right now, leave a comment, I read them. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. That is a wrap on this demo. We mixed still frames, motion, data, and a little cartoon life, all in one short piece. Keep practicing, keep it tiny, and keep showing up. See you soon.